Well, Happy New Year, everyone. I'm continuing with my red box encounter here. And next up, we have Corzon. You can see his name highlighted there. In the previous, not really, I guess it would be turns. It's still the first round. Ander took some damage and is prone. Lucan is fine. The Grey Wolf is nearly dead. That's Grey Wolf number 1. And Grey Wolf number 2 is only slightly wounded from a magic missile. Corzon is our priest. And this is the battlefield. We have the 2 wolves here. This one is near death. And we still have these goblins that are going to have their turn after the priest. So let's take a look at what we want our cleric to do. I think what we want to do is finish off one of these enemies. So let's move the camera and zoom in a bit on his position. He's in a perfect position here to do a melee attack against that wolf. He's standing right beside it. I think what we'll do here is we're going to go with Storm Hammer. It's called Storm Hammer, and it's an at-will attack, but he uses a sword, so it doesn't matter that it's called Storm Hammer. You can use any melee weapon for this. It's going to be +9 versus will. So this attack is going to target their willpower and not their armor class. Just note that that's different. So what we need to do is take a look at the wolf's will defense, and it could be better or it could be worse. Let's take a look. Here are the 2 gray wolves. We see their armor class value is 16, but their will is only 13. So he's got a better chance to hit with this attack against the wolf. If it hits, it will do 1d10 plus 4 lightning and thunder damage. And this particular attack can be used during a charge. So we're just going to hold our position and strike at this wolf. And since that wolf only has 4 hit points left, and the minimum damage for this attack is 5, if we hit him, he is going to be slain. He's going to be taken out. So +9 to the attack, and let's see what happens. Here we go with the attack roll. An 8, and 8 plus 9 is a 17. That's good enough to hit the will of 13. So driving his sword deep into the body of the large gray wolf, this wolf howls and then slumps to the ground dead. It is out. Storm Hammer. You call out the litanies of the cleansing storm as rage overcomes you. Divine winds swirl around you, and with each strike, thunder and lightning explode from your weapon. The cleric still has a chance to perform a move action and a minor action. Let's think about this. Our cleric here has a speed of 5, so he's not the fastest. I think what we're going to have him do is take a couple of steps over this way. Wonder if I want to go even one more in this direction. And what I'm trying to do is sort of create an area here where if any opponent tries to rush past and get in here after our wizard, they will provoke an opportunity attack. So our cleric's going to move there, and end his actions for this round. Once again, with 4th edition, diagonal movement is the same cost as a regular movement. So moving here costs 1 speed, and moving diagonal costs 1 speed. Dungeons and Dragons Essentials. Here's the main rule book. For any of you that may have had questions, basic movement rules. Movement is governed by the following rules unless otherwise noted. Diagonal movement. Moving diagonally works the same as other movement, except that a creature can't cross the corner of an obstacle, such as a wall that fills its space. A creature can move diagonally past creatures since they don't fill their squares. There they are going around the corners there. So there we go. Diagonal movement works the same as any other movement, 1 square at a time. This is different from other editions, especially 3rd edition and the 3rd edition miniature rules, where diagonal movement would cost 1, and then I think to go diagonal it was another 2, and then 1, and then 2, something like that. Mathematically, that made a lot of sense to people, but in practice, some people found it just simply difficult to count. And I've read several discussions on this. If you want to do a search on the internet, 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons diagonal movement, you can see how people, especially when they were first exposed to this new rule for diagonal movement in the game, some liked it and some really hated it. They thought mathematically it just didn't make sense. But others really liked the simplification. So for those of you coming from the board game, it's really nothing new. 1 square is 1 movement. And that comes from the 4th edition rules, the RPG rules. 1 square in any direction is 1 movement. The only time that will be different is when you're moving through difficult terrain. Difficult terrain can slow you down. And I think I even have a map here that I can show you that has some difficult terrain on it. It might be a little hard to see, but take a look at this. On this particular map, you've got here regular squares. On these squares there's a little triangle, and this represents difficult terrain. It's going to cost you, no matter if you're moving diagonally or straight into it, it's going to cost you 2 movement. It costs you 1 movement point to enter there, and the 2nd movement point to finish your move and get in that spot. So as your feet are sort of, you're kind of scrambling over the difficult terrain or squeezing through or whatever the difficult terrain may be, that's going to take up more movement. So let's say if you had a movement of 5, you might go 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you could move that way. So there you have what difficult terrain is and how it can slow you down. And that map that I pulled out there is from the 4th edition miniatures battle game, and also consistent with the diagonal movement rule in 4th edition. It's the same in the miniatures game. 1 movement in any direction is it's 1 square. 1 square for 1 speed. But difficult terrain is different. It will slow you down. So maybe in the upcoming round we might have a chance to see some attacks of opportunity and let you see how those work and what those are all about. I sort of have spaced myself in preparation for that. So we're going to pull out our combat manager and get ready to move on from Corazon to the Goblin Cutthroat #1. he's up next.